Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is y'all are listening to this. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. Let me go ahead and pull this story up. I wrote this today. Make sure I'm streaming and not a black screen. Yes, I am streaming. Okay, let's get back over here. This one's called The Political Circus: Democrats, Arrests, and the Quest for Power by Sammy the Squirrel. In the ever-evolving theater of American politics, a new trend seems to be emerging among Democrat elected officials: getting arrested as a means to score political points. This tactic, eerily reminiscent of the tactics used by former and now current President Donald Trump during his legal battles, raised questions about the motivations behind these actions and the broader implications for our legal and political systems. From campaign promises to get Trump to misguided beliefs in constitutional rights for illegal immigrants, Democrats appear to be pushing an agenda that prioritizes optics over justice. Meanwhile, changes like the modernization of the Smith-Mundt Act, y'all knew I was going to get it in 2012, have tilted the media landscape in their favor, leaving conservatives demanding accountability and return to rule of law. Arrest for political gain, a new Democrat strategy. Conservatives have long argued that the legal troubles faced by Trump, I didn't put Perez, okay, widely viewed as politically motivated, were a sham designed to tarnish his reputation and energize the Democrat base. When Trump was arrested and booked, it was spun by his supporters as a badge of honor, a rallying cry against a corrupt system. Remember, ghetto Georgia and everybody out on the streets, cheering them on. Now it seems some Democrat officials are taking a page from Trump's book, only they are orchestrating their own arrest to mimic Trump's experience and gain sympathy or political leverage. Consider the arrest of a prominent Democrat official. Let's just imagine a vocal anti-Trump city council member caught in a major protest-related scuffle. The circumstances are murky, but the optics are clear. A defiant mugshot, a press conference decrying political persecution, and a flood of supportive tweets from the progressive faithful to conservatives. This smells like a calculated move, a way to claim victimhood and mirror Trump's narrative, all while dodging accountability for their own actions. It's a risky gambit that might energize their base, but could just as easily backfire with voters who are tired of these childish political stunts. I considered putting games in there, but stunts was better. Campaigning on getting Trump, a dangerous precedent. Perhaps the most blatant example of Democrat overreach is how their attorney general, AGs, and district attorneys, DAs, have turned getting Trump into a campaign slogan. Take New York AG Letitia James, who ran in 2018 promising to take on Trump with lawsuits and investigations, famously vowing to make him know my name personally. Or consider Fulton County DA Fani Willis, got a lot of troubles of her own right now, whose pursuit of Trump over election interference has become a cornerstone of her public image. These officials didn't campaign on broad platforms of justice or public safety. They ran on a singular personal vendetta. From this conservative's perspective, this isn't justice. It's like President Trump has always said, it's a witch hunt. When elected officials weaponize their offices to target a political opponent, it erodes the impartiality of the legal system and sets a precedent where power not principle, dictates prosecution. The hypocrisy is disgusting. Democrats decry Trump's claims of persecution while openly celebrating their own efforts to get him. It's a game of political point scoring that leaves the rule of law in tatters. Congressional rights for illegal immigrants, a misguided belief. This, I'm still confounded by this. Then there's the baffling Democrat stance that illegal immigrants should enjoy the same constitutional rights and protections under the Bill of Rights as American citizens do. Why do they push this? Speculation abounds, but conservatives see a mix of motives, pandering to a growing voter base, once legalized, of course, singling moral superiority, or simply rejecting the concept of borders altogether. Whatever the reasoning, it's a position that defies logic, common sense, and law. The Constitution was written for we, the people, those who've sworn allegiance to this great republic or who were born into its covenant, extending its full protections to those who've broken our laws to enter our country undermines the very idea of citizenship. Yes, this basic human decency demands, basic human decency demands fair treatment. I get that. I'm a Christian, but the Second Amendment for an illegal immigrant, the right to a jury trial for someone who shouldn't even be here in the first place, that's a stretch too far. Conservatives argue this isn't compassion. It's an invitation to more illegal crossings, weakening our sovereignty in one misguided policy after another. Obstruction of justice, judges and officials aiding illegal immigrants. Now, I only put Shelley Joseph in here because everyone else is still pending. I can only everything else is speculation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Obstruction of justice, judges and officials aiding illegal immigrants. This brings us to a related outrage. Judges and officials arrested for helping illegal immigrants dodge immigration and customs enforcement, ICE. In 2019, a Massachusetts judge named Shelley Joseph, now she just recently had her trial ended and she was found guilty. That's why I put her in here. Was indicted for letting an illegal immigrant slip out of a courthouse back door. Sound familiar? To evade ICE agents. Sound familiar again? Waiting to deport him. Still sound familiar. Cases like these aren't isolated. Across sanctuary cities, officials have been caught shielding lawbreakers from federal authorities, often under the guise of humanitarianism. To we conservatives, this isn't mercy, it's obstruction of justice. These officials swore oaths to uphold the law, not to pick and choose which laws they like. When a judge sneaks someone out a private exit, they're not just defying ICE, they're defying the American people who expect our immigration system to function. It's a slap in the face to legal immigrants who played by the rules, and it emboldens others to exploit the chaos. The Smith-Mundt Act, a media megaphone for Democrat narratives. Underpinning much of this is the media, which we conservatives argue has been handed a propaganda tool thanks to Barack Obama's modernization of the Smith-Mundt Act in 2012, originally passed in 1948 to prevent the government from doing what it's doing right now, targeting its own citizens with propaganda. The act was amended as part of the National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, that we had to pass into law before we could read, allowing U.S. produced content like Voice of America to be disseminated domestically. The result? A floodgate opened for government-aligned narratives to flow through the mainstream media. Conservatives point to this as a turning point. Suddenly, outlets like CNN, MSNBC could amplify Democrat-friendly stories with less scrutiny, all while claiming official backing. Coverage of Trump's legal woes, immigration debates, or even these Democrat arrests often feel scripted, less about truth and more about pushing an agenda. The mainstream media's cozy relationship with this loosened law has turned newsrooms into echo chambers, drowning out conservative voices with a megaphone built by Obama's pen. The path to justice, giving Bondi and Patel time to deliver. All right, folks, I've said this time and again. I'm going to do it again. In this mess, hope rests with Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel. These Trump appointees face a Herculean task, rooting out corruption, restoring trust, and delivering justice. But they can't rush it. They need time to sift through their departments and figure out who's loyal and who's a holdover from the old guard. Find the evidence. We all know they have hidden away somewhere. Time to build open and shut cases that leave no room for those accused to escape because of a technicality or a loophole. Think of it like a house cleaning after a decade of neglect. You don't just sweep the floors, you tear out the rot. Bondi and Patel must identify allies, unearth hidden documents, and piece together airtight prosecutions. A hasty case risks collapse, and we all don't want that. A meticulous one ensures convictions stick. Conservatives want justice, not just for Trump, but for every American wronged by this politicized system. That means patience, precision, and a relentless pursuit of the truth. My conclusion, a call for integrity. The antics of Democrat officials, staged arrests, anti-Trump crusades, and coddling illegal immigrants paint a picture of a party more interested in power than they are about principles. Bolstered by a complicit media thanks to the Smith-Mundt Act, or thanks to the Smith-Mundt Act's overhaul, they've turned justice into a circus. But conservatives aren't here just for the show. We demand a return to law and order, where rights are earned, not gifted, and where the scales of justice aren't tipped by political stunts. AG Bondi and FBI Director Patel are our shot at redemption. By giving them the space to do their jobs right, we can rebuild a system that serves the people, not the headlines. The American experiment deserves nothing less. All right. What y'all think? I think that one was pretty good. I like that one. I let my emotions out in that one, really, See, I'm 14 minutes long, sticking right about my time that I like them. So, I hope y'all enjoy this, and y'all have a great and blessed. Oh, and thank you again to all of those who have become paid subscribers to my Substack. Thank you. I appreciate that. You don't have to offer it for free, but thank you. I will see y'all. Have a great and blessed day, and I will see y'all probably tomorrow. I don't know. Good night.